Hey guys, so in this video I thought I'd show you some foreign bands that I have in my CD collection, and I'm going to do this in chronological order of release date. So the first one I thought I'd show you guys is this one right here. So this is a thrash metal band from Germany called Sodom, and the name of this album is M16. It was released in 2001, and it is a concept album about the Vietnam War. I guess because these guys, their music, it flexes a lot on like war and death, etc. So I guess they decided they'd make an entire album dedicated to the Vietnam War, as you can tell by some of the song titles we have right here. So we got Among the Weird Kong, I Am the War, Napalm in the Morning, Mind Jumper, Genocide, Little Boy, M16, Lead Injection, Cannon Fodder, Marines, and the album ends with a funny little thrash metal cover of Surfin' Bird. So the mastermind behind this album is this guy right here, Tom Angel Ripper. He is their bass player slash vocalist, and he's the only member of the band that's been with them throughout their various lineup changes. He's a really amazing guy. He's super talented. He's super talented bass player slash vocalist. And then the next one I thought I'd show you guys in order of chronological release date would be this one right here. It's called Calendar, and it is by a Russian post-punk band called Motorama. So I bought this album after one of the coworkers at my last job introduced me to them. Shout out to George if you're watching this. And this album was released in 2012. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the definition of post-punk, what it is it's a subgenre of punk rock that is based off punk rock, but a lot more experimental in terms of like just mellowed out like emotional ambience, as well as the use of like keyboards and synthesizers. It's a style of punk rock that has its roots from like the huge punk rock scene during the 1980s, which was pioneered by bands like Sonic Youth, the Smiths, and most importantly a band called Joy Division. And believe it or not, these guys, according to Wikipedia, these guys have actually been accused of copying Joy Division, which to me is just complete and utter bullshit. It's not true, and it's as stupid as saying that, like, for example, all heavy metal bands in existence are copying Black Sabbath. It's not true, and there's a huge difference between copying someone and basing your sound off a certain style that someone else invented while adding your own unique style, which is what these guys do. And anyone who feels the need to call these guys copycats can just go suck one, honestly, because it's not even true. And yeah, so what I really like about this album is the album art. I assume that these are the band members right here, and I really feel like the album art goes along pretty well with the ambient and peaceful nature of the music itself. So yeah, that was a Calendar by Motorama. And then the next one I got it's actually kind of a mouthful. It's a psychedelic rock band from Australia called King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. And the name of the album is Flying Microtonal Banana. So yeah, this one was released in 2017. And believe it or not, Australia actually has a really vibrant and active psychedelic rock music scene. And most of you guys are probably familiar with the band Tame Impala, because they're probably like one of the biggest names in the Australian modern day psychedelic rock scene, but those guys do kind of overshadow other amazing bands from the land down under, including these guys right here, who in my opinion are kind of similar but a little less like pop oriented in my opinion. So what really made me appreciate this album was when I found out what microtonal means. It has something to do with like additional notes that aren't normally included in like everyday musical instruments. And what I found out about this album is that the members, like when they made this album, they experimented with the concept of microtonality by modding their instruments through using like multiple keyboards side by side each other, as well as like modding their instruments and adding like additional frets to their guitars, which gave the album a somewhat like Middle Eastern sound in some of the songs. So that was a song called Open Water, and we also got some other pretty cool songs, like we got Rattlesnake, Open Water, Sleep Drifter, Billabong Valley, Doom City, and these are all like really good, really amazing, really trippy songs. And then the next one I got is a Grammy award-winning band from Sweden called Ghost. The name of this album is Prequelle, and it was released in 2018, literally like a year ago from when I'm making this video, and everything about this album to me is just genuinely amazing. All these songs are just so effing good, and let me see, we got Ashes, Rats, Faith, See the Light, Miasma, Dance Macabre, however you pronounce that, Pro Memoria, Witch Image, Helvetis Fonster, and Life Eternal. So as far as the music itself goes, it is a little hard to describe. To me, it does fit the definition of like goth rock, and unlike their first album, this one is a lot more upbeat and a little more pop oriented. So what we end up with is a style of rock that sounds a little something like this. And yeah, I actually got to see these guys live a few years ago when they opened for Iron Maiden during their Book of Souls tour. It was a really cool show, and I wish I could show you guys some videos I took, but I don't have any. I lost them, and I really don't expect you guys to believe me because of that. But anyways, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.